are. We're back, and he's back, and so we're glad to be here. We're live again, we think. They've had a little computer glitch at the old homestead, but we're back, and we are here, and we're joined by, let's see, I want to get my man in here. Boom, there he is, Hank Brown with RerunEvents.com, and good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Tom. I got to compliment you on staying calm, cool through all this. You know?
I've learned through the Hank Brown way of, I said this earlier on the Crazy Eights, and Hank just steady as you go, and it's like, you have this, you have that, do you know where the trophies are? And Natalie's running around, and you're just like, and all these people from We Run Events, and so everything's cool. So I've learned from my man. So
you're cool.
Before we get into We Run Events,
Yep.
your beloved South Carolina Gamecocks coming to town. And
they are.
What do you think? You think these guys got a chance?
Well, I think it's going to be a close game. It usually is. These two teams play close. If you look at their history, I know a lot of UT fans are down on the Vols and Butch and all that, but sometimes that's when a team just rallies and finds their character and plays the best game of the year. You look at LSU last week; everybody kind of counted them out, and they turned right around and beat Florida and played a great game. So,
well, I mean, you look at the record; they're 4-2, and they've beaten NC State, Missouri, Louisiana Tech, and Arkansas. Losing, they stubbed their toe against Kentucky, and really had Texas A&M on the ropes out there and lost 24-17. So 4-2 is nothing to be, from us champing the guys at South Carolina. That's a pretty good start to your season, obviously.
We'll take it at South Carolina. They've had some injuries. I think they got some guys maybe coming back this week, some of the offensive linemen. Losing Debo Samuel obviously hurt. You don't replace a guy like that, but they're playing hard, and I think they're staying in every game. So I think this is just another one of those games that's going to go down to late in the fourth quarter and could come down to a play here and there, field goal, or
grind it out.
We'll see. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's going to be close.
Of course, they're off after this week. Then the Gamecocks have Vanderbilt at home. They go to Georgia, Florida at home. Whew, man, Wofford and Columbia, and wrap up with Clemson. So you got Vanderbilt, Georgia, Florida, Wofford, and Clemson left.
Yeah.
And Wofford's pretty stout Southern Conference team too, so that's not going to be a cream puff. So
no, nothing's easy for South Carolina.
Yeah, who made this schedule up? Goodness gracious. So anyway, we're talking to Hank Brown, WeRunEvents.com. Lots going on. Tell us what's happening. We got a big, I guess the next biggie's coming up is Halloween. You got one before that.
We got a few before that, but yeah, we got the Haunted Half Marathon coming up October 28th in Jonesboro. We're really excited about that race, Tom. Numbers are looking really good. Looks like we could very well go over 1,000 this year in that race, and so everything's coming together. Jonesboro's really rolled out the red carpet for us, and they have a lot of good things going on there too. The haunts and happenings that afternoon, it all makes sense, and you got Tennessee's oldest town, and there's ghost stories and haunted houses, and then we're going to just bring the Haunted Half Marathon there and make it a great weekend.
It's going to be a win-win for everybody, obviously.
Yeah, I think so. We really think this is the right move, and the Jonesboro just really they do some great events. Of course, they just had their storytelling festival, and that's a biggie right there. And so they can do stuff like that. They know how to put on big events.
So the course itself is going to be down through Jonesboro?
We start and finish in downtown Jonesboro, right there at the old courthouse, and the whole course runs through the city limits of Jonesboro. So it's kind of a tight area there, but we've made it a double loop, and can be some rolling hills in it, but there's some nice neighborhoods, some nice parks, a really nice trail that we're going to run on too. So we really like the course. I mean, it's going to be tougher than what we've run in the past in Kingsport, but I think everyone's going to really like it.
By the way, a breaking sports story, Gerald Sensabaugh, the coach of Crockett, has been put on indefinite administrative leave. So he's been relieved of his coaching duties at Crockett High School. That just came out of the school board meeting. So indefinite administrative leave for Gerald Sensabaugh, the coach of the Crockett Pioneers. So that story continues to evolve, and we'll see how that goes. But indefinite administrative leave. Typically tells me it's going to be for a while. So we'll see how that continues to unfold at Crockett High School. Again, we're here at Phil's Dream Pit. It is lunchtime. It is hopping and rocking, and that's good.
It is.
One guy, you hear a lot of background talk and chatter, but one person we're not hearing anything chattering from is Rob Cole, because he ain't looked up. He is absolutely wearing out that lunch over there.
He is.
Yeah. I said, "How you doing, Rob?" He said, I said, "Okay, good job." So we run events before the Halloween event. Tell me what's next.
Well, this weekend we got 2 races on Saturday. We're going Doe River Gorge, and we're going to do the Goliath on the gorge. Yeah, and that's going to be a big obstacle race. Karen Hubbs and the Goose Chase organization does a great job with everything they do. So we're looking forward to doing that. We timed it last year, and extremely well organized. A lot of fun. A lot of people really enjoyed it. It's tough, of course, mud and obstacles and climbing over this and that. And we're going to stay dry back at the finish line.
Climbing over this and that.
Hope we don't get any mud slung on us, but it's going to be a fun race. And that afternoon, we're going to Richlands, Virginia, for the Boys of Fall Color Run. They're going to do a color run up there for the Richland High School sports teams, raising money for them. That's a first-time event, so we're looking forward to going up there on Saturday. So we'll be in 2 places, one Doe River Gorge in the morning and up in Richlands, Virginia in the afternoon. In between, I may try to catch the football game going on in Knoxville.
Yeah, you'll have your radio on or some way to make contact, see how they're doing. But
yeah.
I think they've got a legitimate chance to come in there and win. I think that, as I said earlier when you first came in, you don't care about this, but I think Tennessee season comes down. I think how they come out against South Carolina after having a week off, and all the controversy going around that football team, I think when Tennessee comes out, that first half's going to decide not only this game but the rest of the season.
I think you're right. I think it's a matter of how this team rallies based on all the negative publicity that's going on around them right now. And sometimes a team will get together and find their character and play their best game here.
There you go. Well, you hope they don't.
I hope they don't.
The rest of the time you're for them, but for 1 week out of the year, and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
You're for the Gamecocks. And
I got to pull for my Gamecocks this Saturday, and maybe Muschamp keep his perfect record going against Butch Jones, but we'll see.
Ooh, ouch. Let's go back for just a second. It's been over a while, but I know the Crazy Eights had a great turnout. You raised some money for some folks. Kind of give me a quick overview of the Crazy Eights. It was a great event as usual.
It was. We had our numbers were up over the past few years, so we're really happy about that. And I really got to give a lot of credit to Natalie. She kind of dug in, and when we saw the numbers had gone down the past few years, she started really, when she gets creative, and she came up with some great ideas, and one of which was to time the 3K and let people do both and get a special medal for doing both, and that was very popular. So I don't know, things like that. We changed the start time an hour earlier. That went over very well, and it just sometimes you got to make some changes, take some chances, and usually when Natalie thinks it out and she comes up with some ideas, I just say, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And 99% of the time it works out.
It's
right.
done.
Yeah.
Get out of the way. Let me do it.
Yeah. I just say, you tell me what to do.
That's it. I'll just take my orders from you, and it works. And they do a great job. They're a great team. Going forward in 2018, if someone's out there would like for you all to get involved in creating an event or taking over an event that needs a little shot in the arm, under WeRunEvents.com on the screen, how do we do that?
Yeah, you can come to our website, WeRunEvents.com. There's contact information. You can call us, text us, send us an email. We respond right away. We always try to help people. Our approach is, we don't promote ourselves, so to speak. We don't promote necessarily we run events. We try to promote the events that we help manage. And so if the events are successful, then we're going to be successful. And so if you got an event you want to put on, or or if you've been doing something a certain way and you're looking to change, let us know, and we'd be glad to try to help you. We feel like we kind of coach you through the whole process, and I tell people we don't charge by the email or the phone call. We set a fee up early on, and that's it. And you can't ask too many questions.
There you go. No questions are dumb questions.
No, because I've asked many myself.
Yeah, amen, brother. So again, next one chronologically is coming up this weekend. Is that right?
This weekend, the 2 races we talked about, and then we're going on the 21st. We've got a great little race out of Piney Flats, the Overmountain Men 10-mile run, and it kind of roughly follows the course that the Overmountain Men marched way back when they defeated the British in the Revolutionary War. It goes from Sugar Hollow Park in Elizabethton to Piney Flats. It's a point-to-point course, really neat, along the Watauga River, Watauga Lake, and then the next day we're going to do the Making Strides 5K in Johnson City. October's breast Cancer Awareness Month, so Making Strides, it's an ACS, American Cancer Society event, and so we're going to get behind that one and help them with that one.
That's what's going on. Again, WeRunEvents.com. You can check it out for yourself. Again, Hank Brown, we got to get him on again before the big shindig down in Jonesboro coming up in a couple of weeks. So numbers are good, but still room for you. WeRunEvents.com. So we would encourage you to get involved. And of course, anybody can do it. You can start jogging, you can start running, you can do whatever. But the bottom line is just to get going, right? Just to do something.
Just get going, get started. We've done running groups, walking groups, and we've seen a lot of success stories of people that just got started and they end up doing a 5K, and from there they go on and they love it. They love running, and they get hooked on it, and it's a great activity you can do. Hey, I'm an old man and I'm still doing it.
Listen to you.
I started when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
I'm still plugging away.
There you go. Good job, man. Get you
All
some
right.
food.
I will.
I have the utmost respect for this man and his wife. They do a phenomenal job. But he don't want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you again, this guy, in my humble opinion, there's 2 people kind of revolutionized running here in this area. Dave Walker, the late Dave Walker, legendary track cross country coach at East Tennessee State, and this man right here, Hank Brown, who brought us the Crazy Eights road race, all these other road races as a result of it, and other folks that picked up the ball and ran with it. But in my opinion, it started this man right here, he and his wife, Miss Natalie. And so, like Forrest Gump says, that's all I'm going to say about that. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to go to Northern Virginia and talk to Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit. Show number 610 is today, right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world,
Here. There you are.
My gosh, that is amazing.
So
What's the two?
I can edit this. I can go in here and type this. I can drop it out and put Ken Manus
Put
on.
your own scrolls.
That's what I do. I load it up before every show.
This kiddo right here figured all that out.
Yep. Jeremiah. Hey, Jeremiah. I want you to meet somebody.
Tom and I have known one another and worked together for way more years than our gray hair would.
He used to be the president of JCW and QT and all those. Former president, Associated Press. How many years? Nationwide. How many years? 12 years. I mean, this guy.
Wow.
This is the barometer right here. When I want to be somebody, I want to be like this guy. I'm being serious.
Hey,
I'm
set
being
your
serious.
sights a little higher.
I'm being serious. I mean this.
No. I've been on too many times. Tom
But
knows that
but
ladies are just like that.
he wanted to know. I said you're the technical guru, so he was curious. So you can.
Let me have your card. Sometime I want to talk to you. I need to put my purse on somewhere. Right on there. Yeah, I got one in my pocket.
All right.
Tom, I'm glad I found you, buddy.
at FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at FCA.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the parts. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live again at Phil's Dream Pit, and we are here on show number 610. And I want this guy on my show because he is awesome. Let's go to the phone. He's there, our buddy Mike Hedrick, again, the NASCAR fan reporter. And good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, but hey, I always knew that the brisket there at Phil's Dream Pit was so good, but evidently it brought in a celebrity. One of your good buddies was right there. Hey, who was that?
It was Ken Manus. This guy used to run WJCWQT here in town, and it's a 4-station conglomerate. He also got elected the National Associated Press president for 12 years. He's from right here in the Tri-Cities, and the guy he was on the cutting edge of radio for so many years. He's retired now, but I hadn't seen him in 10 years. Guy walks into Phil's Dream Pit, and we're hugging and loving, and he was so flipped out over this concept I'm doing, show number 610, that he wanted to meet the godfather of technology, Jeremiah Clark from Appalachian Digital. So it's all good. Yeah, man, I didn't mean to kind of had a little spell there for a minute. I mean, this is a guy that I've always patterned myself after, Ken Manus. He's class act. So anyway, got done hugging and loving and all that. Now we're back to talking NASCAR, and it's my boy Dale Jr. is having a birthday today. Is that correct?
Yeah, today's Dale's birthday. I'm sure everybody in the whole wide world is wishing him a happy birthday and everything. And you know what, I do too. I mean, he's I don't know exactly. I think he's in his very early 40s. I don't know how old exactly he is, whatever. But hey, Dale, we know that you're listening because you're always a follower of the Tom Taylor Show there. So hey, Dale, happy birthday there, bud, from everybody here at the Tom Taylor Show.
There you go. Happy birthday from the Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Phil's Dream Pit. So here we go. We had a big weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The rain played havoc a little bit. They got 2 races in, and kind of recap Charlotte Motor Speedway as they head off to Talladega.
Yeah, they did get a little rain in, but they really did good at getting it cleared off as best as they could. That's a big track out there. Hey, in the Xfinity race, usually known for driving a simulator car, and is going to be the next year's driver of the number 88 Hendricks Motorsports car. Alex Bowman, who was driving the number 42 RCR car, got his very first NASCAR career win right there. He's going to, like we said, he's going to be driving Dale Jr.'s car next year. I was a little bit skeptical about, him being a driver, but hey, he gets in that Xfinity race there, right there, and gets him the win. That's awesome. And I wound up setting up their what's called the round of 8. So four people were eliminated at that race right there. Who is in? William Byron is in. Justin Allgaier, Elliott Sadler. Those are all Junior Motorsports team. Daniel Hemrick, Cole Custard, Brendan Poole is in. Ryan Reed and Matt Tiff. The guys are out. Are Brendan gone? Michael Annette, Blake Cook, and Jeremy Clements. But it was really great racing. I wound up going a little bit later because there was a rain delay. But, wow, great win there for that young Alex Bowman.
They run this Saturday at Kansas Speedway. They're ahead of the Cup because the Cup will be in Talladega. But Kyle Busch, the defending champ of the race from a year ago. And, yep, Gaughan's gone, Annette's gone, Blake Cook's gone, Jeremy Clements is gone. But right now you got the young man who's going to move up to Cup next year full-time. William Byron's your current leader. And of course, Allgaier and the veteran Elliott Sadler. Not saying much about him, but he was the regular season points champion. So any of those 8 guys can win this thing. Do you have any particular ones you feel like maybe the one to be looking out for to win it?
Well, I'm definitely looking at the Junior Motorsports camp. You have to look at William Byron. He's just a young phenom. He's on fire. But then, right there with him is Elliott Sadler, he's getting up in years, long in the tooth, as they say. And it's not like, hey, you earn one or you deserve to get one. But I think his tenacity, don't underestimate old age and treachery over youth and vigor sometimes. So yeah, I look for him to still be a real contender there. But I think those are my 2 favorites in the Xfinity series.
See on the screen, we're on the phone to Mike Hedrick in Northern Virginia, the NASCAR fans reporter. So we moved to the Truck Series. They raced this Saturday in Talladega at 1 o'clock. Grant Enfinger is the champion from a year ago in this race. They have already got 2 to move on to the next round. Christopher Bell and Ben Rhodes, they're the 1 and 2. They've already guaranteed a spot in the next round. Then you have Matt Crafton, Johnny Sauter, Chase Briscoe, the rookie, Austin Cindric, the rookie, and Kaz Gralla, the rookie. So out of the top 8, 3 of those are rookies. And rounding out the top 8, again, is John Hunter Nemechek. So they'll race at Talladega this weekend. But 2 of those guys have already moved on. Christopher Bell, who's got big time written all over him, and Ben Rhodes. And of course, Johnny Sauter hasn't moved on yet, but he's still in the running to win the championship. So it looks like the Truck Series is very competitive and got some great names, some up-and-comers in the future in that series as well.
Yeah, they are. Christopher Bell, like you said, he's on fire. But, Johnny Sauter sitting right there in 3rd place. He's the former champion from last year. He's got a great team. So they're going to do great. The race here at Talladega is going to be a lot of fun. If you think that the trucks or the regular cars get squirrely around that big truck going fast, the trucks are just amazing to watch. So that's going to be a hot race to watch right over there.
Let's take a look at the Cups. Again, we're talking to Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans report. Then we'll get into the silly season, see if he's heard anything new about any of these drivers are looking for a ride. But again, we head off to Talladega. Joey Logano won this race last October. He's not in the chase, or no longer the chase of playoffs. But here's the way they stack up: Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin, the top 5. Then Kyle Busch dropped down to number 6. Then you have Jimmy Johnson, Jamie McMurray, Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They'll go from 12 down to 8. Not this week, but week after next. But still, Talladega and Kansas up next, and they've got to, Talladega, you always wait for the big one, as you have been told all these years, the big wreck. So a very fun track to watch, a very tough track to drive for the drivers, and a very dangerous track from the standpoint that you can ill afford to get knocked out. And that's what Kyle Busch said. He said, man, I was riding high and had a bad Charlotte, and now I'm on the cusp of getting cut off in Talladega, so we got to run well. So very, very tough and very stressful week coming up for these drivers that are still in the chase, in the playoffs.
Well, it is, and the stress started here at Charlotte this last weekend. They pushed the race up to 1 o'clock to get it in, but that sticky stuff in that upper groove really didn't work out. But we saw some great racing. We saw 14 lead changes between 8 different drivers. Kevin Harvick in that number 4 Stuart Hobbs racing car, they won the first 2 stages. But then again, there's Martin Truex Jr. comes through like that little turtle or whatever, again gets the checker flag. That's his 6th this season, his 2nd at Charlotte, and the 13th of his Cup career. Now, the question is where was Kyle Busch? Well, Kyle Busch was mostly up against the wall. He'd had right rear damage earlier in the race. And so he was, he stayed out there and gave himself pretty much heat exhaustion. But in doing that, he gained himself 5 points. So he had a bad day. He drops down to, like you said, 6th in the standings, but it could have been much worse for him. But I got to say this about the end of the race. I got to call foul on the NBC coverage, and Chris Devoda, who pretty much just ambushed exhausted and emotional Truex with a cancer question about Martin Truex's girlfriend, Sherry Pollock. I mean, next thing you know, it just made that poor boy, just cry right there. I think they just do that. I wish they just wouldn't do that. I watched last night. She tried to defend it last night on the NBC broadcasting, and then the Talking Ponytail, Kyle Petty got on there and said, "Well, if you don't agree with that, then you can go back to your mom's basement." Well, I'm not in my mom's basement. I'm a grown man, and I'm a NASCAR fan, and I just thought that was kind of a cheap thing to do. It had no place and we all know the story, but it just, it's no place in the victory lane to just, break somebody down just for your TV rating. So I got to call foul on that NBC right there a little bit.
I would agree with you 100%. I mean, the guy wins the race. Why bring up what his girlfriend's going through as far as ovarian cancer? It has nothing to do with the race. Guy got emotional, broke down. You're right. No place for it. I agree with you 100%. There's a time and a place, and that wasn't it. No question. So Truex got a head of steam here. This guy's the deal. You say what you want to, but he's having a heck of a season. And you look at a guy that quietly is moving up the charts is Kevin Harvick. Hadn't been saying much, but in that Jimmy John's Ford, and all of a sudden Stuart Haas Racing currently in third, and then you have Chase Elliott fourth, who had another runner-up finish at Charlotte. So this kid's right on the cusp of doing some great things. And then you look at Jimmy Johnson, who's 7th in the points, and this guy's 7-time champion. So you've got to look at him and going, you can't count him out. So any of these guys, even Stenhouse Jr., it's kind of a stretch, but any of these other guys, I think, would be an opportunistic to make some noise in this playoff heading down the stretch to, again, Talladega. The next week is Kansas.
Yeah, and I agree. Martin Truex is just, he's a lot more than I thought he was. And I gotta apologize to my buddy Big Jack at the Woodbridge Inn, because he doesn't catch our show live. He listens to the repeat later on in the day. He's a blue collar worker. But last week I did mention that Jack was, said that Truex was destined to win, and I brought up all these Kyle Busch facts, and and just kind of rebuked, Big Jack there a little bit. When he saw me yesterday, he just wagged his finger at me and reminded me, well, who won that race there, Mike? So, hey, Jack, I know you're watching here later this afternoon. Hey, I apologize. You were right there, big guy.
There you go. This is the round of 12. The Truex already punched his ticket to the round of 8, and so that would be Talladega, Kansas, then we go into Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix, and wrap things up in Homestead in November. So Truex already into the round of 8, and so the Cup Series again moves into Talladega this weekend, as does, as we said, the Trucks and the Xfinity Series at Kansas. So that's the schedule coming up this week. Mike Hedrick, silly season again. We continue to see and look at Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, the same folks every week, Eric Almirola, Michael McDowell, and Danica Patrick without a ride for 2018. Any more rumblings, any changes you've heard in the silly season talk where you're at?
Well, and those are some really big names. Like you said, Kurt Busch and Matt Kenseth and Danica Patrick, and yet we hear that Richard Petty is still insisting that they're going to put Darrell Wallace Jr. or Darrell Wallace Jr. or Bubba Wallace in that number 43 car, but they're looking for sponsorship. So with those other big names that are out there, even a guy like Darrell Wallace has got a shot in there, so that's good for him. Hey, if you're in that Martinsville area right now, hey, NASCAR is holding today an organizational test. It's open to the public, so if you can go over to the track today, sometime between 9 and 5, you can get in there. And when I say organizational, they've got pretty much a driver from all of the different teams. There's Ryan Blaney's going to be there, and Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Ricky Stenhouse is going to be there. Hey, I'm missing a namer. They didn't invite Martin Truex, Tom. They didn't invite him over to the test. I figure maybe they figured they're fast enough. And hey, and also, like you mentioned, the fires out in California. Looks like Sonoma Raceway is going to get a little bit of damage out there. They're right in the fire's way. So hope everybody stays safe. But they might have a little bit of facility damage. And non-NASCAR related, I'd like to get my buddy Todd Morey. He's a monster truck driver, and he drives the jacked up monster truck. Well, he was out there competing this weekend in California at the 20th anniversary West Coast Monster Truck event there in Red Bluff, and he landed his very first backflip. Which is, hey, we drive cars, we don't ever think about that. But in monster trucks, that's a big, big, big move for him. So congratulations on that. He wound up doing it twice, which is really exciting. Last time I saw him was at Bristol Motor Speedway, and he was moving a car, one of the team's cars out on the track. So if he gets into NASCAR, we just got to remember, no backflipping with the car in NASCAR.
No, that's kind of frowned upon that big time. Now, he can do a backflip like Carl Edwards does, or did, but no backflips with the vehicle. You're exactly right. Mike will join you Friday morning. Get ready for a preview for Talladega. If you don't care, we want to get you back on Friday and preview. We'll get a little bit more dialed into the weekend coming up at Talladega for the trucks and the Cup, and Kansas for the Xfinity Series. So if you have the time, we'd love to have you back on Friday if that works for your schedule.
Hey, I'd love to be back on Friday and talk about Talladega. It's a great track out there. Last time I was out there is when Carl Edwards, him and Keselowski got into it. Carl Edwards went into the fence, flipped a few times, got out of his car, and ran across the starting line there. So it's going to be some good stuff. Hey, holler at me on Friday, and we'll get the fans all caught up.
And taters.
And taters. Green taters. Woohoo!
There you go. It's my buddy Mike Hedrick. Great job as always. Joining us again from Northern Virginia. Appreciate that very much here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Show number 610. Quick break. We'll come right back, and we'll talk about a guy he's helped my business, obviously. He's helped this show tremendously. He can help you as well. He's working with some other folks, and we'll let him tell you who that is. But our buddy Jeremiah Clark's going to be joining us. Then we got college football. Another coach got let go in the middle of the season. You say, well, can they fire Butch Jones in Knoxville? Well, they got rid of a coach at Division I school, canned him on the spot, and is relieving these duties and brought in an interim coach for the rest of the season. So, yes, it can happen, and we'll tell you who that is. And college football coming up in a few minutes, and also baseball. Don't forget, on the ice tonight, the Predators are skating in Nashville against the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. So we'll keep you abreast each and every time that the folks. Oh, hello, Brian Malone. Good. We'll see if I can get my man on coming up here in the next couple of days, get him on the show. But anyway, Flyers are skating tonight in Nashville. We'll talk to Jeremiah Clark. If you need somebody to help with your website or your social media, the man is here. We'll let him talk for a few minutes. And then we're also going to, as we said, jump into college football, some high school football. If you missed it earlier, Gerald Sensabaugh has been relieved, has been put on indefinite administrative leave as the head football coach of the Crockett Pioneers. So that happened early this morning during the school board meeting, or a meeting that was devoted to that. And so he has been placed on indefinite administrative leave as the head football coach of the Crockett Pioneers. So I don't know what that does for a 5-2 football team trying to get into the playoffs with a huge conference game coming up Friday night against Tennessee High. But Sensabaugh will not be on the sideline. I don't know who the interim coach is, but that's all that I have at this point. But Gerald Sensabaugh has been put on indefinite administrative leave at Crockett High School. My man is in the house, Jeremiah Clark, and we got college football next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at FCA.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Where'd I go? There we go. Jeremiah Clark's Appalachian Digital. We're here again live. Hello to Brian Malone. Brian, we get Brian back on the show. Brian adds a lot to the broadcast. And in fact, we are talking to Brian about becoming a sponsor of the show, which is very, very exciting with Express Title. So there he is. There's the man I want to pay homage to. There you go. This is the man right here, folks, Jeremiah Clark. I mean, I love this guy, and I'm not being silly. He has done so much to promote this show, and so he can help me. As Brian Malone said, he is the ultimate social media guru. Is that what he calls it?
That's what he called me. I don't know if that's a true statement or not, but I'll take his word on it.
Oh, absolutely. So he really can help you, folks. He's helped me tremendously. Give us some numbers. You took over in November, almost a year ago, 11 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Take me from where we are there, what I was doing on the show as far as numbers, to where we are now, and 95% of that's because of this man right here and his partner, Michael. So,
well, no, again, I have to emphasize that there's no Tom Taylor Sports Show without Tom Taylor, so you're the man there. I didn't know it was going to be pop quizzed, or else I would have prepared some more numbers. I know that way back in November when we first came on board with you, I want to say that there was less than 10,000 views on all of your content on Facebook and Twitter for that previous month. Within 6 months, we had upped that to over 100,000. And, granted, those numbers are going to fluctuate a little bit month to month depending on what's going on, the number of shows you're doing, if there's a race at the Speedway, if you're doing any other football shows. But you've had massive growth month over month, the number of people liking and following your Facebook page, the number of people following you on Twitter, re-mentioning you on Twitter. Last month alone, this stat was crazy. At first I thought it was a typo when I was doing my calculations, but last month you had over a 100% increase in the number of people mentioning you on Twitter. And again, at first I was looking at the numbers, I was like, did I key something in wrong? But no, over 100% increase in the number of people talking about you on Twitter as compared to the month before. So you've got really solid growth. And it helps that an awesome thing about Tom and what he's doing is he does have the sports show Monday through Friday, 11 to 1, but Tom's also hitting the roads, going up to West Virginia to do shows. He's doing football games, whenever the Bristol race comes around. He is the official voice of Bristol Motor Speedway. So, Tom has a lot of content that he gets to work with, and a lot of people that he gets to meet and speak with. So, his show has grown by leaps and bounds, and we've been honored and thankful that he's let us partner with him to help him grow the business, to grow his business, and have continued growth.
There's some numbers. I was scrolling and found some numbers that He sent me last month, so
yes,
the month of September.
So compared to the previous month, he had a 10% increase in the number of people following him on Facebook. That Twitter count, I actually even I lowballed it. It wasn't a 100% increase. It was a 175% increase in the number of Twitter mentions happening compared to the previous month. So in 1 month, the number of people talking about him on Twitter, almost 200% increase. I mean, I can't even quantify that. And then another awesome thing is, yes, Tom is live on Facebook Live, but all of his videos later get uploaded to YouTube. You can always go back and watch it on Facebook, but sometimes it's easier to find things on YouTube. So all of his live streams, like this show right here, eventually end up on YouTube. And compared to the previous month, he had 30 more hours of YouTube video content watched as compared to the previous month. And again, keep in mind, most people that are watching your show, they're watching live, during the day, 11 to 1. So the fact that people, over 30 hours of content was actually watched back again on YouTube just means that many people are going back and watching your content. So you've got an amazing show.
Well, that's because of the Lord, ain't me. I'm just, I got my fingers in his belt loops. It's his show, and I dedicated him every day, and this is how it's going to roll. I read the verse today. So point being to all this, I'm not sitting here tooting my horn. My point to all this is, he can help me, he can help you, and he has been. And you want to tell them about some of the folks? Are you allowed to let the cat out of the bag? Some of the folks you're working with now as a result of the show?
Well, one in particular we can mention is Chris with Image Solutions in Johnson City. Everything printer related, MFD related, scanning, faxing. He's a local business based out of Johnson City. He's been around for about 20 years, but he actually came about as a result of the show. He heard that we were working together and wanted to partner together. And then it's also led, we've got a couple new leads here just in the past 2 or 3 months coming from you as well. And again, that's come about due to the speed, due to your show as well. Probably one of the biggest, coolest things we have coming up is, and if you go out there right now, the website that's up there right now is not ours. Ours will be up soon. But this December, the Bristol Speedway and Lights website will actually be created by Appalachian Digital. That came about thanks to Tom Taylor and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Being the voice of Bristol Motor Speedway, allowed us to build some connections we otherwise might not have had. But this December, that website will be built by Appalachian Digital.
There you go. So Speedway and Lights at Bristol Motor Speedway. If you think of all the companies they could have entrusted their services to in the social media, they've come to Appalachian Digital. Proof's in the pudding. So the bottom line is, go to the website, AppalachianDigital.com. Check it out for yourself. And here's the thing, Jeremiah. If you have a large company like a BMS, or you have a small one-horse operation like myself, you can work with anybody's budget to help them out with social media, right?
Yeah, so when Appalachian Digital was founded back in 2009, we were actually burning bush at the time, which was a reference to the fact that we were dealing almost exclusively with churches. And, most churches don't have a massive budget to spend on websites and social media, so we understand the trouble that they can have on the funding side of that aspect. So we're very good about listening to what churches need, and then working with them on a budget that gets them what they need on the budget that they have. Since then, we've obviously expanded, rebranded as Appalachian Digital. Churches still make up a huge base of our businesses, but we have branched out to other businesses, going all the way up to, again, Bristol Motor Speedway with Speedway and Lights.
Is there any company out there that you can't help simply because everybody, and this is what I've learned, but this is show number 610, as we've said, what I have learned, I was old school and I thought, I don't need social media, I don't need Facebook, I don't need Twitter, I don't need Instagram. Well, guess what? You do. The conventional way to promote your company is just that. It's kind of a dinosaur, rapidly becoming a dinosaur. So social media is the way to go. I mean, this show, this morning, I was in Elizabeth and recorded the Sean Whitten show. I'll get home this evening, call him, we're going to upload it, and it'll be out there for you to watch almost instantaneously. Mm-hmm. And so there's that. I did the Duggar football games. Got some more football sporting events coming up where we take it out and broadcast live, literally, then archive it. And so my point to that is, I didn't think, I didn't want to get involved. I was old school. I didn't want to have anything to do with social media. That's why I entrusted he and Michael to do it, because you got to have it. I guess that's what I'm going with this. You have to have it in 2017.
Mm-hmm. And talking about what that meant for your show in particular, I still think one of the best examples we've ever had was back last year when you were doing the Elizabethton baseball games. Tom, and no disrespect at all to the radio, but Tom came from the radio, and radio by its nature has a limited broadcast range. There's only so far the radio waves can travel. When Tom was doing the Elizabethton baseball games, the very last game that he did, the games were building through the season. He was getting more and more watches every single show. The last show that he did for that baseball season, live at one time, you had people watching from New York State, Georgia. You had somebody from Colorado. I mean, I think in total you had like 7 or 8 states tuned in at one time watching Tom live on Facebook Live, broadcasting this high school baseball game. I think that was just an amazing testament to the reach and power of the internet and social media. Certainly way a much bigger range than like radio would have, for an example. But so no, and then to your other case in point of in this day and age, you have to have it. I'll go back to Chris at Image Solutions again as an example. When Chris reached out to us, he had actually found that he was, I don't want to say he was losing clients, but he had a dear client that he'd had for a long time who lost track of him, lost his contact information, and had been trying to find him to get back in touch with him to continue his business with Chris. But because Chris didn't have a website at the time, what I like to always say is in this day and age, if you don't have a website, you don't exist. So Chris was actually losing business because he did not have that website. So that's just another example of how in this day and age, modern technology really drives your business.
Yep, he can help. I'm telling you, he can help you. He helps me every single day. In fact, I don't care to tell you, when I get in a pickle, and I got in one today because their internet went down here at the restaurant momentarily, guess who I call? This guy.
Today was a perfect storm of concerns. Facebook actually had some updates to their interface over the weekend that changed how Tom's broadcast software interacts with Facebook. So it's 10:58. He's about to go live at 11 o'clock, and we get in there and Facebook had changed how the interface works, so we had to scramble and figure that out really quickly. And then, as he just alluded to, there was an internet issue here local to the store. So today was a perfect storm of problems, but you've powered through it like you always do because you are Tom Taylor, and nobody tells Tom Taylor no, not Facebook or local internet. So.
No, exactly right. People tell me I can't do something, get out of the way.
That gives Tom the drive. So
I got a little thing on my studio at home that says, anytime you want to quit, just think of all the people want you to fail. I ain't quitting and I ain't failing. So anyway, it does test you sometimes because I'm an 8-track guy in an MP3 world, but Jeremiah, bless his heart, 1058 got a thing just simply said help! ! So, but he helped me, and that's the thing. Again, he's there. It's not like, okay, you sign the contract and we'll see you at the end of the month. He's there, hands on to help you out. Of course, he helps me a little bit more than normal because I'm pitiful. I need the help from a technical standpoint, but again,
Tom's not pitiful. Tom has learned and grown month over month. He does more and more things. Just a moment ago, before I went live on this segment, he started doing some stuff on the broadcast software here that I didn't realize that he had picked up and had become as fluent with as he has. So no, Tom continues to amaze me.
This is fluid. This is fluid for me. Chicken pecking? Hunting pecking on the keyboard. Bottom line is Appalachian Digital. This gentleman can help you, and his partner Michael. And so, if you're looking for someone to take over your social media, or going to say we're going to the holidays and I'm a retailer and I need some help, or you're working with the public in any way, shape, or form, this is a gentleman can help you. AppalachianDigital.com. Check it out for yourself, and I appreciate you, my friend. You're
absolutely
awesome.
Anytime.
This guy's great. Quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll delve into college football. We've had a firing last night. One more time, the very latest here locally. Crockett High School football coach Gerald Sensabaugh has been put on indefinite administrative leave, which means he won't be coaching anytime soon. That's what that pretty much means. They will name an interim coach, which I'm going to try and scramble and find that before during the break here on the phone. Maybe there again, while he's sitting there before he gets something.
Maybe I'll find it.
Scramble for me, but I know they've put him on indefinite administrative leave, the coach of Crockett, and so they got to have an interim coach for Friday night's game against Tennessee High. So see if we can find out who that is. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk more. College football is next, and also Major League Baseball. How about those Yankees? They're staying alive. They tied it at 2 games apiece. That and more next year on show number 610 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live at Phil's Dream Pit off the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
I'm Tom Taylor, and you are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Sciencefield, and all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom of Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. Is Oh, we got to get that upgraded, Jerry. Yep, Jerry McNeil and Brenda Byram are the two. He's week 4, she's week 5. We got a week 6 will announce tomorrow. But here's the pick and panel. How do you do this? Put yourself in a position to win $25. It's just that easy. Go to TomTaylorSports.com/football. Why would you not try and win $25? And I wish I could, but I can't. But you can. And so all you got to do is go there. And here are the picking games this week. I'll go ahead and give them to you. We'll talk more about it on Thursday, the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. It's South Carolina. Here's the 5 colleges. South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas Tech at West Virginia, Auburn at LSU, Texas A&M at Florida, and Utah at Southern Cal. That's the 5 for the pick and panel for the college. High school games this week, you pick Greenville, Elizabethton, Dobbins Minute at Hardin Valley, Boone at Cock County, North at Happy Valley, Tennessee High at Crockett. Those are the 5 games in high school. First name, last name, town you're from, email address. If you win, we can notify you like we did Brenda Byram. Saw her this morning. I was over taping the Sean Whitten show, and she's all excited because she's going to get herself a check for $25 coming up. I'll take her to her on Friday. So it's just that simple. $25 is $25. So there you go. I do want to say thanks again to Jeremiah. He doesn't want to take the credit that he deserves, and I don't want this to come across as a backslapping, a self-promoting thing at all. That's not my point. Have him come on. My point is he can help you. Again, going to AppalachianDigital.com, and that was my point. I didn't really want him on here talking about how great I am because I'm not. I'm okay, but it's the Lord Jesus. It's his show, and so he gave me the talent to talk, and that's what I'm doing. But my point was not to have him come on and tell you how great he thinks I am or what I'm doing. My point is to tell you that he can help your company. And he does it all the time, Appalachian Digital. And if you think, just imagine all the companies that could be working at the Speedway, and they've tapped him to help them out with Speedway and Lights, which is the #1 Christmas light attraction show in the Southeast. So pretty impressive, I think. So Jeremiah's a great guy, works hard, fine Christian man. He's got a lovely wife, and so he works hard along with his partner, Michael. So good stuff. All right, college football. As we told you, looking for a coach at Oregon State. Oregon State again announcing that coach. Hello, young man. How you doing? What's your name? What's your name, little feller? Lawson. What grade you in, Lawson? 4th grade. What school you go to? Ridgeview. Lawson's in here going to have lunch today. That's good. Young feller in here. Oregon State announcing that the school and Coach Gary Anderson have parted ways. As part of his decision to step down, Anderson forfeited the money remaining on his contract. He just signed a contract extension in Oregon State in January to keep him with the program through 2021. Anderson set to receive almost $2.65 million this season and would have picked up a $100,000 raise through each remaining year of the deal. Anderson took over the Oregon State football program following the 2014 season. Kind of a head-scratcher. He left Wisconsin, where he was 19-7 in 2 years. The Badgers were coming off a division title and a trip to the Outback Bowl at the time. Now, the Beavers this season, 1-5 under Anderson, have gone 7-23 in his tenure, losing the last 4 games by a combined score of 180-54. This was Anderson's 3rd season in Oregon State. Assistant Corey Hall will take over as interim coach. So, again, Gary Anderson out as the head coach of the Oregon State Beavers. So the question is, can you fire a coach midstream like everybody wanted to do with Butch Jones? Yes, you can. They just did it again at Oregon State. So let's take a look at top 25 college football. Coming up on Friday, Clemson at Syracuse. Number 2, Clemson will be at Syracuse. 8th ranked Washington State will be at California. Syracuse 3-3, Cal 3-3. That's coming up again on Friday. On Saturday, 12 o'clock, 6th ranked TCU will be at Kansas State. Horned Frogs at 5-0, Kansas State or K-State at 3-2. 17th ranked Michigan will be at Indiana. Wolverines 4-1, Indiana 3-2. Also top 25 football coming up on Saturday. 20th ranked North Carolina State. Wolfpack making some noise in the ACC. They're going to be at Pitt to battle the Panthers at 2-4. 24th ranked Texas Tech will be in Morgantown to battle the West Virginia Mountaineers. Texas Tech 24th in the country and 4-1 on the season at West Virginia 3-2. Wisconsin, the Badgers at home, 7th ranked team in the country at 5-0, hosting the Purdue Boilermakers at 3-2. Again, that'll be a 3:30 kickoff. 10th ranked Auburn. Lawson, What'd you get for lunch, buddy? Hot dog? He looked at me and said, who is that big old woolly bear over there talking to me? All I can get out of him is he's at Ridgeview and he's hungry. Goes to Ridgeview. 10th ranked Auburn will be at LSU. That's a huge football game in the SEC West. Auburn 5-1, LSU 4-2, 3:30 kickoff. Georgia Tech 3-1 will be at 11th ranked Miami at 4-0. The Hurricanes 3:30 kickoff in Florida. 12th ranked Oklahoma will be at Texas. Red River rivalry reunited. Oklahoma 4-1, Texas at 3-2. That'll be happening again at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. 14th ranked Oklahoma State playing host to Baylor 0-5. 25th ranked Navy the Midshipmen at 5-0. They're going to be in Memphis, baby. They're 4-1. That'll be a 3:45 kickoff on Saturday. Also, you have more top 25 college football. East Carolina 1-5, having a tough season in Orlando to battle University of Central Florida. The Knights are 22nd in the country. They are 4-0. Other night games on Saturday. Number 1 ranked Alabama at 6-0, home against Arkansas 2-3. Brett Bielema very much in trouble as the head coach at Arkansas. Georgia 7:30 between the hedges. The Dogs at 4th in the country at 6-0, hosting Missouri at 1-4. Also at 7:30 on Saturday night, 9th ranked Ohio State will be at Nebraska. The Buckeyes 5-1, Nebraska 3-3. 7:30 on Saturday, 18th ranked South Florida, the Bulls at 5-0, hosting Cincinnati. You also have 13th ranked Southern Cal 5-1 playing host to the Utah Utes at 4-1. That's a big football game in the Pac-12. Also coming up on Saturday evening, 21st ranked Michigan State will be at Minnesota. Spartans 4-1, Golden Gophers at 3-2. Also on Saturday, San Diego State at 6-0 playing host to Boise State at 3-2. Washington, the 5th ranked Huskies will be at Arizona State. Huskies at 6-0, Arizona State at 2-3, trying to pull off the upset. And 23rd ranked Stanford will be at home 4-2, hosting Oregon 4-2 on Saturday. That's your top 25 college football games. The Buccaneers of East Tennessee State travel to Colowee to battle Western Carolina on Saturday. And here's the rest of the SEC schedule for you. You've got, let me put the glasses back on. Goodness gracious. Pitiful. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. We're going to talk to, I think, Diana coming up here in a minute. See if Mrs. Pipkin will be over here to visit with us. Alabama, going to run them down for you. Alabama hosting Arkansas. Auburn will be at LSU. Florida will take on Texas A&M in Gainesville. Georgia has Missouri in Athens. Kentucky has the week off. Ole Miss will entertain Vanderbilt in Oxford. Mississippi State, after a week off, losing 2 in a row, has been outscored 80-13 their last 2 games. Mississippi State has BYU in Starkville on Saturday. South Carolina invading Tennessee to battling Tennessee on Saturday. And I think I got them all. So that's your SEC schedule. Again, the Hokies off this week before they'll entertain North Carolina next week. And so the Hokies have a week off. And as we said, East Tennessee State will travel to Western Carolina and Colowee for their game coming up on Saturday. And that's a look again at what's going on in college football. One more time, the latest news. Gerald Sensabaugh, the coach of Crockett, put on indefinite academic leave. He has been suspended as the head coach of the Crockett Pioneers. They'll name an interim coach. So that came down this morning. So Gerald Sensabaugh, the head coach of Crockett, put on indefinite administrative leave as of this morning. So he will not be on the sideline Friday night when the Crockett Pioneers play host to the Tennessee High Vikings in Jonesboro. So that continues to explode, if that's the right word, continues to get bigger. That situation very much down at Crockett and the scenario on there between Gerald Sensabaugh and the other folks involved in that situation. Soccer today, you've got number 1 Science Hill taking on number 5 Daniel Boone in the District 1 AAA soccer tournament, the Stone Castle in Bristol. Also number 2 Dobbins Bennett takes on Tennessee High, the first one at 6, the second game tonight at 7:30. The AA tournament is being played at Sullivan Central. Game 1 will be the number 1 seed Greenville and the Lady Cyclones of Elizabethton today. Number 2 seed Sullivan Central playing host to the Lady Rebels of Sullivan South. Those 2 teams play today at Sullivan Central. In volleyball, you have the Region 1 AA tournament at South today at 4 o'clock. Seymour and Sullivan South at 5:30 Greenville and the Lady Cyclones of Elizabethton. In the AAA volleyball tournament at Viking Hall in Bristol, you have Tennessee High and Morristown East at 4:30. And the ladies from Volunteer taking on Morristown West at 6, and those two teams will play in the semifinals for the championship, semifinal winners for the championship, rather, at 7:30 tonight at Viking Hall in Bristol. High school football polls out this week. Murfreesboro, Oakland, number 1 in 6A, and nobody from our region in 6A. Science Hill, DB have fallen out of the rankings. 5A football, Beach, number 1. Daniel Boone at number 9. 4A football, Greenville, number 1. Elizabeth at number 4. Those two teams will get with it on Friday night at Citizens Bank Stadium in Elizabethton. 3A football, you have Alcoa number 1, Johnson County at number 3 this week. And 2A football, Meigs County number 1, Happy Valley number 9. And then to round out the single A, South Pittsburgh number 1, and Cloudland from our region in at number 9 in the state. And that is the rankings for this week. Just came out this morning of high school football. T, would you like to bring Miss Diana over here, please? Have her see if she'll come talk. Here's your high school football schedule. Thursday night, Sullivan East at Sullivan South. On Friday, Bearden and Farragut in no particular order. Chucky Doak, the Black Knights at Claiborne. Cosby at Cumberland Gap. Daniel Boone travels to Cock County to battle the Fighting Cocks. Dobbins Middle on the road at Hardin Valley. Granger at Sullivan Central. Greenville will be at Elizabethton. Also Friday night, you have Jellicoe at Cloudland. Johnson County at North Green. Morristown East at Volunteer. Science Hill, Morristown West on Friday night. South Green will be at Hampton. Sullivan North, the Golden Raiders travel to Happy Valley. Tennessee High and Crockett. Again, they'll have an interim coach on the sideline for Crockett. Again, Sensabaugh put on indefinite administrative leave as of this morning. Unaka at Hancock County, and West Green will be at Unicoi County to battle the Blue Devils. Cherokee, Jeff County, and Union County have the Friday night off. They have an open date. Then you come back in Southwest Virginia. East side at Twin Springs, J.I. Burton at Grundy, Lebanon at Castlewood, Lehigh at Gate City, Ridgeview at John Battle coming up again tonight, or I should say Friday night. You also have Ridgeview at John Battle, as you mentioned, Rycove at Jenkins County, Thomas Walker at Twin Valley, Union at Wise Central, and Abington has the week off. They got an open date, and that's your high school football schedule. Look right there. She is ready to come on the camera. Let's get her on instead of me. This is called Beauty and the Beast right here.
Oh, yeah, really.
And I'll be the old beaster. There's the beauty. There she is. Hello, Sunshine. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Busy. You guys have been busy. Had a great lunch rush.
We have. Lunch has been good for a long time.
Yeah. I got to see one of my heroes came by today. I haven't seen him in 10 years, Ken Manus. I love that guy.
Came by with Bob Green?
Yes. Came in with Mr. Green. And
yeah.
they were in here having a little... Mr. Green, who the football stadium was named after at East Tennessee State, was here. Having a little lunch at Phil's Dream Pit. So, good stuff. So, gosh, what do you want to talk about? From what angle do you want to go at, young lady?
Well, we are actually trying to enlarge our menu. So, a couple weeks ago, we added burnt end pork belly, which is the uncured bacon that he cubes and smokes and adds some delicious stuff to. We started pulled chicken today, which a lot of people have asked for, and so we'll see how that goes.
Pulled chicken.
Pulled chicken.
Ooh, I guess I'm going to try some of that when I get off there in about 5 minutes. I believe I'm going to throw me down some pulled chicken. Describe the pulled chicken. Tell me about it.
So it's smoked chicken breasts, and he does add a little sweet sauce to it because chicken is less moist than pork, and you can't really keep it heated if it doesn't have a little moisture in it. So he adds just a little bit of sweet sauce, but you can add whatever sauce you want to add to it. Yeah.
You have, of course, right here.
We have sweet.
My big old finger's always in the way. I need Lawson to hold this for me. He
Original sweet.
Original sweet. We have
sweet fire.
The last time I did this, I squirted shot sauce all over me like a goober. Sweet fire.
So we also have a smoking hot, but we don't leave it on the table.
Right. Here is the vinegar.
Vinegar and mustard.
Yeah, and one more would be mustard. And you can buy these, by the way, right?
You can buy the sweet and the sweet fire. We bottle those 16-ounce bottles.
So, in case you don't know, the countdown to Christmas, we're 75 days away from Christmas. So, at Christmas time, you sell those as gift packs, right?
We do.
Yeah.
Yep.
For gifts. So, great stuff. We're talking to, obviously, you see on the screen, Diana, one of the owners here at Phil's Dream Pit, along with her hubby, and meat by the pound. Tell me about that, folks. One on an event that they need to just come pick up the meat and take it to said event. Tell me about meat by the pound.
So I'll tell you what, the pork belly is really good for tailgating parties because it's bite size. Stays warm really well in the vacuum seal bags. Pork wings are also really good for tailgating. That's if you've never had a pork wing, it's cut off the shank end of the ham. It's like it tastes like a cross between ham and sweet ribs. Of course, you can buy the pork, and I guess if the pulled chicken continues, you'll be able to buy the pulled chicken by the pound, brisket by the pound, turkey by the pound.
Now, folks, they're buying the pulled chicken today. They're trying it.
They're trying it today. Yep.
Because today's the first day.
Yep,
So.
it's going good. People are giving us good response to it.
Good reviews.
Good reviews.
We always get good reviews at Phil's Dream Pit. Food's great here. Awesome. Here's the best testimonial. When I get here and get ready to do my show, it starts at 11 o'clock. You got people lined up. Every time I've been out here, come out and do the show, they're lined up ready to go. As soon as you flip an open light, they're in here. So it's awesome. And you guys go strong Tuesday through Saturday, closed on Sundays and Mondays. So you got meat by the pound, pork, turkey, brisket, chicken salad,
chicken
full rack
salad,
of ribs,
yep.
and a half rack of ribs. Meat by the pound. This is for folks. Typically, who would use this? Somebody's just going to have their own event at home, or or like a wedding reception or something. They just want they don't necessarily want to cater. They just want to buy the meat.
They
right?
just want to buy the meat, yeah, or the sides with it. You can get the sides in pints and quarts to go along with the meat.
May I tell you the sides? Slaw, beans, tater salad, and macaroni salad. So they're like Vanna. Okay, so that's good. And then I want to talk before I let her go about the Dream Pack. So this is something too. It feeds in increments of 4. This is something if you're going to go get a football game or wherever you want everything. This is a Dream Pack, and so it comes with all the goodies. And tell us about a Dream Pack.
So pork Dream Pack comes with the pork, the buns, the sauce, and pints of 3 sides. The feeds 4 does. Of course, if you get feed 6, it's enough to feed 6, enough to feed 8, enough to feed 10. Same with the chicken. We have either a half chicken on the bone, we have a dry rub chicken breast, and we now have pulled chicken that you can get the same, enough to feed 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Oh, yeah.
Brisket the same.
Out of curiosity, I don't guess I've ever asked Phil this or you this. On the average, which one do these people you usually get? Who comes in buys them? Is it typically a feed 6 or a feed 8?
Well,
What's the average?
it used to be a feeds 4, but a lot of people, I think the feed 6 is now probably the most popular. People pick it up on the way home from work. I guess they like to have leftovers.
So you get I don't have my glasses.
So a feed 6 gets a pound and a half of pork,
Thank you.
3 24-ounce cups of the 3 sides, the sauce, and the 6 buns.
I'm going to swallow my pride and put them on here. Okay. Pound and a half of pork, 6 buns, barbecue sauce, 3 sides, and 1.5 pints of whatever side you need, right?
Right. The beans, slaw, potato salad, or macaroni salad. We also have Lay's potato chips.
Yep. All this available, of course, great Pepsi products and Louisiana
sweet and unsweet tea.
It's awesome. I love coming out here, of course. Then you got to cap everything off with a little dessert, and the kids get a menu too. These 2 youngsters here, I guess they're having a kids' meal.
Yeah, a hot dog and a pork sandwich, kids' pork sandwich.
Yeah. I talked to Lawson a while ago. Lawson keeps trying to look at me like, who is this long-haired dude over here that's talking to me? So he's got that look like, I'm not sure about that fella over there. Hot dog, small pork sandwich, a peanut butter and jelly and brisket, right?
Yeah. So we do have, some people that bring kids in that just really are not into barbecue yet. So, the parents can eat and the kids can still have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Absolutely. Yep. And then desserts, nanner pudding, blueberry dream. What's a blueberry dream?
It is a blueberry cobbler that has pineapple and pecans in it. We heat it up and put ice cream on it. Brownie Dream is a double layer brownie that has a symphony candy bar in the middle of it. We heat it up and put ice cream and chocolate syrup on it.
It'll set you free. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Make a bulldog. I haven't said it in a long time. I've not said that in weeks. Make a bulldog break his chain. Good stuff. So anyway, this is an awesome place, and Eastern Star, the Lord's blessed you in this business, hasn't
it? It has. He has, yes.
Very much has. In fact, they've got 3rd day on up here right now. My group love them. So anyway, what do you want to leave us with? Website.
Website.
Go to the website. What will we find?
philsdreampit.com. You'll find articles about us,
menu.
The menus, the catering menus on there, the takeout menus on there. We have all the meats listed and what they're about, talking about all the meats. We've got a couple stories on there, information about us.
Here's a breaking story. The rumor has that Quentin Dormady has quit the Tennessee football team. That's your starting quarterback.
Oh.
So that's we'll try and. I came from a pretty reliable source that The starting quarterback of the Volunteers has quit the team, so the ship is sinking.
Ship is sinking.
I think that's how we would look at that. But it's going strong here at Phil's Dream Pit. And it ain't no problem here. So right off Eastern Star exit, Interstate 26. Phone number is 349-6437. And the website again is?
philsdreampit.com.
You got it. Now, before I let you go, Thanksgiving and Christmas, you normally do?
We smoke hams and turkey breasts.
Let me go ahead and tell you. I got a ham last year. No, got the turkey last year.
Yeah.
Got the ham 2 years ago. Out of this world. If you're looking for something a little different, you want a smoked ham or a smoked
turkey breast. We don't do whole turkeys.
No, but a smoked turkey breast for Thanksgiving or Christmas or both. It'll set you free. That ham had a big old pile of mashed taters and gravy and some corn and some beans on that plate, and that smoked ham. Lord have mercy, that was good. So
thank you.
You'll start taking orders on that. Not quite yet. Pretty soon though, right?
Probably the first week of November for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Love this lady, love her hubby, and these great folks here. So, anything you want to leave us with? Or we done?
We appreciate your business.
Love coming out of these people are awesome. So, there's the latest. Quentin Dormady, rumor has, has quit the Tennessee football team as a starting quarterback. So that's not good. So if in fact that's true, and it's coming from a pretty reliable source, that your starting quarterback for the Volunteers has left the team. So we'll see how that rolls, and that's the way it goes, right? That gives a chance somebody else to play.
Yeah,
I look at it. So the train rolls on. Somebody's going to be throwing that ball down there Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Could be Phil Pipkin.
I don't think so.
No, and it ain't going to be Tom Taylor either. So I could probably run down the field one time, and after that, I'm looking for some Phil's Dream Pit because I'm gassed. So, all right, dear. Love you. Appreciate
Thank you.
Love you too. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Chevy Truck Month, Take 2 at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. The savings and selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from are at an all-time high. 1500 All-Star Crew, $11,000 off. 1715 All-Star Double Cab, $10,000 off. 18 Equinox LT, $5,000 off. 17 Traction Traverse, $5,000 off. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back with the Tom Miller Sports Show to wrap this thing up. Hello to Judy Montgomery. I want to say hello to you. Also hello to Dee Jones and Teresa McCann. I want to say hello to you as well. And also hello to Rebecca Grindstaff. I hope you all having a great day today. As we wrap this thing up in Phil's Dream Pit, you want to say thanks. And we had a little internet problem early on that was happening here at the store, so we jumped over on our hotspot and finished out the show. We appreciate our guest today, Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park, Hank Brown from WeRunEvents.com. Also big thanks to, of course, Diana Pipkin coming on from Phil's Dream Pit, Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter, and of course our buddy Jeremiah Clark from Appalachian Digital. And so we'll move the ship down the road to tomorrow, show number 611 tomorrow at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. Thursday will be at Champion Chevrolet. And Friday will be a Food City on the Volunteer Parkway in Bristol. So, again, the news from this afternoon, Gerald Sensabaugh has now been placed on indefinite administrative leave as the head football coach of the Crockett Pioneers. And also, apparently, Quentin Dormady has quit the Tennessee football team as the starting quarterback for the Big Orange, 3 days? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days away from the South Carolina game. So Quentin Dormady has stepped away from the Tennessee football program, is what we've been told here this afternoon. And so the problems continue in Knoxville, and apparently the problems are continuing in Jonesboro. So we're going to step aside. Again, thanks to the folks that stopped by. Thanks to you for watching the show. Don't forget, coming up tonight, come right back here to the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page or to TomTaylorSports.com. We'll have for you the Sean Witten Coaches Show, including highlights from last week's win over Union County and a big preview talking about the Greenville football game. And he also broke down the 8th graders leaving Duggar, finishing off a undefeated regular